Hello, folks. The great Matt Geib here from MLM Success Skills Anyone Can Master. And I think it was Wednesday we were sharing with you, or I began to share with you from this great book that I started reading this weekend, Rules for the New MLMer. Rules for the New MLMer by Klaver. It's about 10 or 12 years old. And probably the real meat of this book is the chapter that is the 5 worst things you can say to a good prospect. The 5 worst things you can say to a prospect. And I began to read a bit from this because there's some real gems in here about what Kim has said. And the first 2 points we read here, let's just review, and I'm not going to say much about them because you can go back and look at the video, is it's easy. This is the worst thing you can tell as a prospect. It's easy, number one. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Number 2, you can or will make big money or a fortune, $10,000 or more a month, almost immediately in this business. And we had read about that. And she talks about in the beginning of this chapter, we work so hard to attract a good prospect, and we work so hard to get them to listen to us about what we have to offer. And then a lot of times we don't know what to say, and we blow it by saying these 5 worst things. And today I just want to read a little bit. I just think we'll talk about point 3 because it's, she makes a lot of good points in here, and I think there's enough meat on this point that should be enough to read about today. Number 3 is everyone will want this product or service. Have you heard that before? I have over the years. Everyone will want this product or service. It's better than sliced bread, greater than sliced bread. While maybe true theoretically, she says, this is what almost every network marketing company says about its service and product lines. Yeah, we've all heard that, haven't we? In fact, it's what most every company out there says about their wares. Picture this. New people going off after the meeting thinking that everyone will want this, or that the stuff or service is for everybody. What happens when they go home, call a few friends and people they know, and hear the usual, it's too expensive. I can't believe you fell for that type of stuff. What happens when they hear those responses? It kind of reminds me, ties in well with, what Tom Big Al Schreider talks about in his awesome audio and training, needs versus wants. There's a big difference between needs and wants. People may need to do things like go to the dentist, pay their taxes, exercise, but a lot of people really don't want to do those things. Point, our business should only be, this is what Tom Big Al says, our business should only be with those who want it. And when you realize that, as a new distributor, as a news prospect, this will help insulate you from the negativity from friends and family. So let's go on with what Kim says. They figure either people in the front of the meeting were lying, number 1, or 2, I'm not smart enough and I could never do this. Michael Deloy has said one of the greatest revelations for marketers he's training is, it's not their fault. It's not my fault. We need to learn that. It's not our fault because we haven't been trained right. I'm not smart enough to do this. Or they've been lying to me. Better give the stuff back to them. After the first few calls, it's over. Your prospect quits. This doesn't mean the product or services could not be beneficial to the whole world. But does that mean that everyone will want to do this? And that it's the right thing for them to do? And that everyone should love it? You may believe in your heart of hearts that everyone should do it. That is whatever you're selling that you believe in or use or whatever. And I think that's a good way to be. But just like, and McDonald's thinks the same thing, and so does Hondas that make the car. But not everybody will. Just like everyone should go to the dentist, like Tom Big Al says. Everyone should pay their taxes or exercise. They may need to, but they won't want to. What's wrong with all these people out there anyway? That's what happens to the new prospect. Smart marketing people are finally beginning to learn to target their potential users. Target marketing. So they direct their spiel to the right people. It's only a tiny fraction of the total people out there that this will work for, and this kind of marketing is much better. As another friend told me, we're looking for people who are looking for us. We're looking for people who are looking for us. In the network marketing world, the right ones are people with some entrepreneurial flair and readiness to change. 2 to 10% of the people out there is the rule of thumb. What fools all of us is nearly everybody we know says they want more freedom, more income, more energy, residual income, blah, blah, blah. But really, what percentage of these same people are willing to make a change and do something about it? Just like, the dentist, the diet, the exercise. What percentage of people are really willing to make those changes? 2 to 10%. Complaining about a thing and doing something about that thing are, well, not the same. You know, people whine, they complain, but they're not willing to do it. Do you really want the benefit, or are you just complaining and venting? That's what she asked. Do you really want the extra income, more free time, residual money, tax saving? Do you really want to get ahead in life? You fill in the blank. That's the question we need to be finding from people. And no, not everyone will want or need our product or service, or they may need it or want it, or they may need it, let me say, but they won't want it. Yeah, everybody out there may need your product, but they won't want it. So just a great little point here she's made in this chapter, the 5 worst things you can tell a good prospect. And in a couple days, we'll be back with some more of this chapter. There's 2 more points. So have an awesome day. Be blessed. Wow.